everyone, and welcome. My name is Ilaria, and I'm excited to give you a closer look at the elementary school team at Shanghai American School, Puxi campus. Today, we are joined by Julie Hunt, the elementary school principal, and Jonathan McMullen, the vice principal for grades 3 to 5. Julie is the leader of the Puxi Campus Elementary School, and Jonathan is a key partner to the vice principal for pre-K to grade 2. Julie, let's start with you. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What brought you to SAS and what keeps you excited about being part of this community?
Sure, happy to. And hello, everybody. Well, I've been an Eagle since 2020. That means that's our mascot here at SAS. I was born and raised in Southwestern Ontario, Canada, small community, but my parents were eager for their children to have an international mindedness, so they planted all sorts of seeds. So it's kind of not surprising that the bulk of my educational career has been international. I grew up in Canada then. I have been an educator for 39 years. 29 of those have been international, 25 in leadership. I've worked in China, Indonesia, Colombia, and Brazil. I've taught grades 4 to 8. I've been a K to 8 counselor and a principal and a school director. I love the work we get to do day in and day out with our whole community, with our students, colleagues, fostering community, belonging, engaged learning with our very talented faculty and staff, and working in partnership with many, many, many stakeholders in our school. What keeps me here, what brought me here, what keeps me here is the dynamism of our school. There's a buzz of ideas and priorities and initiatives and learning and complexity, lots of complexity that I find really compelling and stimulating and captivating.
Thank you, Julie. What about you, Jonathan?
Hi, so my name is Jonathan McMullen. I've been an Eagle since 2018. I was born and raised in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in the United States. My professional background is in community planning, non-governmental organizations, and anti-bias early childhood education. I also worked at restaurants for a little while. After teaching in the United States, I then lived and worked in Brasilia, Brazil, at the American School of Brasilia, prior to joining SAS in 2018. Similar, what brought me here, but also what keeps me here at SAS, the community, our focus on students, and expectation and for innovation and learning in such a dynamic school and also a dynamic city. It's just wonderful.
Thank you, Jonathan. Julie, as the elementary school principal, what's something unique about the Puxi campus or the elementary school that you love sharing with others?
Kind of what Jonathan was just saying, and me too, we really love the bustling, sort of ever-evolving nature of our school, which is really a reflection of the city of Shanghai and China. There's such a strong sort of propulsion forward, very dynamic. It's a big campus and big school. We have 2 campuses, and we work very closely with our sister school across the river. And there's just a really strong desire to learn and grow and evolve as a school and all of our practices. And there are lots of opportunities to continue your professional learning, to give in multiple ways, to contribute in multiple ways within teams, with initiatives. You can contribute in ASAs and coaching as well. There's a really healthy school spirit as well. Lots of events to attend. And, many of our families live close to school, not all of them, but many of them. And so there's a nice sort of community neighborhood feel to our school, lots of opportunities to come and see things in progress. And we have really interested and supportive families and an incredible community of educators.
And then just building off of what Julie shared, yes, we are a big campus, a busy campus. And while for some it can feel overwhelming, there are really many numerous opportunities for people. And I've found over the years, people can also form and form smaller communities within our campus. So there are great opportunities and for connections if that's desired.
Thank you. Julie, can you share some exciting initiatives or programs currently happening at the elementary school that make you especially proud?
Sure. Well, as an entire school community, school-wide, we've launched 3 professional learning priorities to really anchor the work that we're doing, both as a school and divisionally. Those are universal design for learning, culturally responsive pedagogy, and artificial intelligence. And wisely, I really believe it's a 3-year plan, and we're in the first year of this 3-year plan. And what's great is that it builds on work that we've been doing previously, particularly in the area of diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. So there's a through line, if you will. We're learning a lot about the sciences of reading and working on refinements of our practices, incorporating some more word work, vocabulary, background knowledge. We are exploring alternatives to Fontes and Pinnell assessments. I would also say we're very proud of our Reggio-inspired pre-K program approach, I should say, and we're currently in a pre-K program review, which has been employing the design cycle and really substantial and interesting, and really looking at every aspect of how it is that we do this thing called school in our pre-K program specifically right now. Also, there's just a ton of grassroots teacher interest in inquiry, integrated learning, lots of learning celebrations on the go, culminating learning celebrations that just are marvelous to see in action as well. So that's just a bit of a snippet on some of the things that are exciting and in process right now.
Thank you for sharing. And what's one of your favorite memories or moments at SAS that really captures what it's like to be part of this community?
Sure. Jonathan, why don't you start?
Sure. There are endless. I mean, I've been here since 2018, so it's really, truly hard to pick one. Our community events, the activities, every day, different lessons that I observe or can pop into, wonderful. But I go back to something often from my first year. I remember I was walking through Eagle Park, coming back from the other side of our campus. So I was walking through Eagle Park, observing recess, just appreciating the children playing in there. And as I was approaching the elementary school building, about to enter the door, I see a student zipping by playing tag. It's wonderful, right? That student abruptly stops, smiles, and says, looks up, "Hi, Mr. McMullen," and then keeps on running by. And to me, again, even though that happened back in, I think, 2018 or 2019, it captures so much of our essence, the caring for students, for families, for colleagues. We experience this care and respect in small and big ways each day. Because we're so busy and big, sometimes we don't notice them, but we do need to pause and notice them, and then also can perpetuate them and continue them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. There really is truly so much and so many wonderful best moments. But for me, the best moments are really when I'm with children, interacting with children in the classrooms, in the hallways, at the gates, welcoming the children coming off of the buses. Largely, we have very motivated, happy kids, really like being at school and love working with our stellar teachers, really, who are very engaged in their craft, very encouraging educators, and they really challenge our students at the same time. So I love being out at recess. I love being in classrooms. I love being in our both in our team, small team, grade level and specialist team meetings and our faculty meetings, seeing our adult learners in action. Great moments of sort of the aha moments, both little and big people. And of course, the student-led assemblies and performances and, the yearbooks that show it all, the culmination sort of in photos of a great year. The little notes that land on my desk right now, we have Pushy Post happening for this week, initiative from one of our teachers, and we have a service learning project in process right now as well. So lots of activity, a flurry of activity right now. And with the holiday season, the winter season upon us, lots of little notes from children and faculty and staff, which is really wonderful. But yes, it's the community. It's the community of children. It's the community of adults that we get to work with, the collaboration, the celebration that really abounds, both within our leadership structures, all the groupings of leadership, and with our faculty and staff and families and students. So too numerous to point to one.
And as we look to the future, what excites you most about the direction SAS and the Pushy campus are heading in?
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel that we're really in sort of a crux of a moment, a really exciting moment in our journey as a school. Over the last few years, we've been really looking at ourselves. We have a revised vision. Our mission stays strong. We're really eager to dive into these 3 priority areas, as mentioned before. We have principles of practice. We have essential agreements that we're in process of refining with our faculty and staff. So really, really making sure that we're clear on our core commitments and what they look like in action. It's an exciting thing right now. We're looking at some really progressive ideas around scheduling as well. So yeah, lots of cool stuff happening.
Very similar. I agree with everything I've heard, but definitely building upon especially the 7 principles of practice. For me, that's very important work. It's work that's part of early childhood. Many of the principles, whole body cognition, understanding distinct developmental stages, facilitative teaching. But the fact that as a school, we're exploring these pre-K through 12, and that will be an expectation and a component to our ways of being is going to be very powerful.
You for sharing. So to wrap things up, I'd love to hear from each of you. If you could describe SAS in 3 words, what would they be and why?
Busy, dynamic students. I know that we are a fast-paced organization and campus. We have ambitious goals. They are always growing and evolving in big and small ways, and we pride ourselves on remaining student-focused.
Mm-hmm. Similarly, Ilaria, I would say dynamic, student-focused, and caring. I agree. We're a very ambitious community, and we are also adaptive and responsive and aspirational. We're continually striving to evolve and do right by our students and community in service of our mission and vision.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you so much for your time and for sharing your experiences and insights with us.
It was a pleasure, even virtually. And we look forward to getting great candidates.